Wealth creation is within reach. That's my slogan. You got it right. Wealth creation is within reach. My name is Esther Sande. I'm your coach. Today I'm talking about retirement. Retirement is some music that is ringing in my ears because people are concerned and they're asking these questions. So I want you to think about these questions as I jump into this very, very important topic. So, when do I retire? Is something that people are asking. Will I be able to afford my retirement? How much money do I need to retire? Right? People are asking themselves this. How much do I spend when I retire? How do I know I am even ready to retire? Those are things that really pop up in people's ears. And I also have other questions that we need to think about when we talk about retirement. This is, how much money will I receive from the government? You know, majority of people have been working, assuming that they have pensions and all that stuff. I challenge you today, don't be one of those people. Make sure you check your statements every year to make sure that what you're getting saved in your pension plan will actually match your retirement. How do you do that? If you're in Canada, for example, you have to call the Canada Pension Plan. They can actually send you an annual statement to show you if you have to retire this time, this is what that would look like. So again, wealth creation is intentional. So that's being intentional about that. Okay, now talk about retirement. I want to emphasize that retirement does not start hitting you when you're 50. I want to give you 3 stages of retirement planning. And I call it pre-retirement. That means from age 0 to age 17, your parents are planning for your future. So they're investing in RRSPs because they have child benefit and stuff like that. Now, from age 18 to age 35, you start accumulating wealth. When you think about wealth accumulation, we think about opening TFSAs, RRSPs, non-registered investment, first home savings account. Those are things that you start building to make sure that you are on the journey to create wealth. Very, very important. Now, the other stage comes in when you talk about your age 36, maybe to around 54 years old. This is the growth stage. Remember, you use 18 years to 35 to accumulate. Now we want to use age 36 to age 54 to grow your wealth. Because, again, it's not just about saving. It's about money working for us. So we want to make sure that we have strategies to grow your wealth and you are starting to pay off your consumer debt and leveraging other people's money to create other assets that will give you passive income. Then the reality starts falling into place. You are age 55 and you are headed to age 70. What do I do, Esther, at this stage? That's called preservation stage. Preservation stage means, hey, Esther, you are 17 years at some point, you turn 35, you are 54, and now we need to start narrowing down and, spending what we worked hard for while preserving wealth at the same time. That's when the truth and the reality of what you were doing before, falls into the equation. Now, at that particular stage, the life expectancy in your household will really matter to determine how much you need to budget for what is left or what has grown. That is the time you need to understand how taxation will eat into your withdrawals. That is the time you need to understand how much you need every year. I tell people, pensions, I think in the 90s, people were calculating 4% annual withdrawal of pensions, right? So for example, if you have a 1 million worth of pension saved, it will be safer for you to take 4% every year, which is 40,000, you know. Try to live within that budget. Now, once we figure out that, 71 years plus, that's what we call transitioning that wealth. You have to stage up yourself to make sure that whatever you work so hard to accumulate, to grow, to preserve, can transition to the people you care about. Because that is very critical, my friends. You don't want to let your biggest beneficiary become CRA or any other person, you know, because you didn't plan properly. So that is important to note, the stages of retirement. Now, in pre-retirement, you are actually accumulating wealth, and then during retirement, at age 55 to 70, you're actually using that retirement, and then we need to plan after, post-retirement. That's what I talked about, transitioning. It's very, very important. And people ask me, okay, there's 3 things. How do I start? Where do I start? And how do I do it? When do you start? Right now. I know most of us are immigrants. Somebody's listening to me and say, oh, I'm 40 years, I just came to Canada 2 years ago. I'm no longer 17, so what do I do? Start where you are today with paying yourself first. Canadian statistics is very clear now. They're saying an average household as of 2025 in Canada, they save 7.6% of their income. The question is, do you pay yourself first? If you don't, that's where you need to start. Whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, doesn't matter. Before you pay every other bill, because those bills are people's businesses, you pay yourself first. Where do I start? You need to have an advisor who listens to what you really want to achieve. Your goals are our priorities. We don't have a one-fit-all strategy. It depends with what your goals are. Give me your goals and I will propose a strategy that will help you get there. Okay? So I suggest to look at tax efficient way of investing, of planning your retirement, especially when you're starting at older years. How? Again, remember to reduce inflation and make sure taxation is not eating into it. Time is really an essence when it comes to wealth creation. You want to make sure you get there on time. You want to make sure you have enough. You want to make sure that that tax person is lenient on you. And the only way to do that is to understand which vehicles will get you there, which strategies are tax invisible to help you create your retirement package. I hope I created some value in you to start thinking that I need to start planning my retirement immediately I have a 1-year-old. Start planning as a parent. Bring that culture out. The fact that you never had an opportunity for your parents not to help you do it because they didn't know better, you now know better. Help your children start now. Immediately they're 15 days old, they can start planning. And the good news is in Canada, if you receive child benefit, that will be the beginning of the saving cycle. Save for their post-secondary, then help them open TFSAs as they go, and then build on that. As they grow up, they grow intentionally, building wealth that can be transitioned and sustained for many generations. Thank you.